If I were to describe RadioVal in 3 words, for me, it would be breast cancer,
artificial intelligence,
and research.
The idea of the RadioVal project is to implement a very comprehensive validation of artificial intelligence solution, specifically in the case of breast cancer treatment, by looking at multiple dimensions of performance, not only accuracy, but also of robustness, fairness. We will look also at the usability, whether the clinicians really can use these tools, whether they feel confident while using them, and whether they will increase their productivity.
In my scientific career, I've been working with breast cancer for many years. I think it's a beautiful project. It's very interesting. It has very nice endpoints and very nice questions that wants to resolve. And I think breast cancer is a very special cancer. Women is very sensitive and is very emotional about their cancer. And study this, it will help patients and also clinicians to do their job. So I'm really involved in the project.
The idea of the RadioVal project comes from the experiences accumulated in previous European projects. We noticed that a lot of these AI tools that were built were of very good quality, had interesting results, but they were not sufficiently translated into clinical practice because there was a lack of evidence that they could be trusted in the real world.
Introducing artificial intelligence, I think, is very important. It's a future decision. Research will improve the decision taken by the clinicians. It's not going to be an absolute number. It's going to be a decision recommendation, a support. It's something like a tool that will help clinicians maybe to do a more precise medicine, not the same medicine for everyone, but give this precision medicine that is going to be very important in the future.
According to me, the main challenges of building an AI tool would be to build such a tool that caters to all kinds of populations, irrespective of their race, physical structure, location of the hospital where the imaging was conducted, and all other kinds of biases that usually affect the AI tool. Talking about the locations, we have data from over 2 to 3 continents and from multiple countries, which always have different kind of machines that have different imaging protocols. So the kind of data that we receive is very different. So we want to harmonize this data so that the AI tool can learn properly. And this in itself is a very, very challenging task. And I think lastly, it's very important that even if we build the AI tool, we want the clinicians and the patients to trust us and trust the AI tool and not be intimidated by it. So we have to somehow employ a mechanism that can encourage that trust.
We want to have an involvement of a multidisciplinary team. We understand that it's very important that clinicians, radiologists, oncologists, surgeons, pathologists understand properly the project and are involved in it. They can actually interact, make their opinions, and have a documentation so they can trust. They can have citation index, they have a scoring statistics that tell them that it's going to work.
We have mechanisms in artificial intelligence, for example, uncertainty estimation, where the model tells the user how certain it is of the prediction. We also have measures to explain the decision that the model made. So it can, for example, tell you which parts of the image or the data it focused on to arrive to a conclusion. We also have traceability tools where we see if the model would perform the same way 10 years down the line like it's performing right now. So we plan to deliver a product which has all of these attributes so that the clinicians and the patients trust us.
So today we are meeting at the University of Barcelona for the kickoff meeting. So we are very much at the beginning of the project. The project will be 4 years, and half of the project will be dedicated to a dialogue with different stakeholders, clinicians, patients, AI developers, ethical and legal experts, to design the evaluation study to understand what are the requirements, what are the criteria for evaluation, the metrics, what are the data set that we would like to use to perform this very comprehensive evaluation. And then the second half of the project will be dedicated to the actual evaluation in the real world, in clinical practice. And we will do that in 8 hospitals, 5 in Europe, covering different regions of Europe, but also outside Europe, to show that the AI tool can be used to benefit population around the world. So we will have a validation in South America, in Africa, and also in Asia.
My feeling about the project is a very optimistic one. I think it's a very well thought project.
It's very exciting to work on the RadioVal project because it's really unique. It's a research project, and yet it will focus on research very close to the real world practice.
At the end, I really hope that we end up making a product that can make a big difference in this very important and essential problem of breast cancer.